Hey, it's Steve. In this video, we're going to unbox and take a quick look at the Walthers Modern Concrete Warehouse Kit and the Modern Cold Storage Warehouse Kit that I'll be using to help construct the structures for my HO scale switching layout. Okay, so both of these kits are essentially identical kits. The main differences are that with the cold storage warehouse kit, you get some different roof details and you get obviously the large cooling unit for the outside part of the structure. And there's some differences in the color panels here and there. But overall, the actual base unit is the same in both of the structures. The actual size of the main structure is identical in both cases as well. 16 5/8 inches by 8 3/8 inches. Again, these are HO scale kits. So anyway, let's take a look at this Modern Concrete Warehouse. Again, these are both the same identical kit except for the added details. And so again, you can see here there's essentially a whole lot of parts. So I'll slice this open here. And so this piece here is essentially just roof pieces, and these are the parts for building some of the air conditioning units and so forth for the ceiling. This is just another sheet of that. So basically you'll have two of these roof sections together to build the entire structure if you're building it as it is. And then the rest of these here offer, here's some steps. The rest of these, basically the way this kit works is you have all these different panels. You have a small panel section and a larger tube sort of panel section. And then you have pieces to connect those panels as well as various trim pieces and such. And so essentially you're going to create a bunch of these panels which you can then go ahead and join together to build the structure in whatever size you want. And the nice thing about these kits and why I purchased them is that they are modular in that manner. And so again, these are more wall panels without the doors and loading bays. And so you can essentially arrange this structure and build it however you want. And by having two of these kits that have all these loading bays and everything else and all these uniform pieces here, and I could have done this out of styrene too, but it's a lot easier when you sort of have everything pre-cut. You can make these structures that will be modular, and I can sort of rearrange them, and everything it'll be easy to keep everything in equal size in terms of how big each unit that I build will be. And so that's kind of the idea. It'll make things kind of easy to do. And then again, we have all these various door pieces for the different loading bays, as well as this regular doors for people and such. And so that's basically it. You have a whole bunch of sections that can be put together as you want to do them. Then we have our additional trim pieces for the loading bays and doors and railings and so forth. So there's a lot of parts here, and all the window glazing pieces. And so again, I don't plan to build these kits as it looks in here. I plan to essentially use this as a series of wall pieces, and I'll vary the height of them as well, and then I'll be able to sort of rearrange them in different modules to create different structure setups for the layout that I'm building, and that will allow me to kind of, again, change the look, and some of them I will join with pieces that I have from other kits. The goal here is just to have a whole modular setup that can be rearranged a little bit. Now again, it's a small layout, so I can't get too carried away with it, but it will allow me to have some variation in how I do things. And so again, this other kit here, which is the cold storage kit, is essentially identical. The main difference here that I can see, obviously, is just these sections right here. Everything else is the same again, except there are some differences in colors, slightly on some of these pieces, but for the most part, the additions here are just for the outdoor part of the cooling, as well as the roof cooling units and piping. You have additional. So again, more parts, and that's kind of the key thing here. So anyway, that's just a real quick unboxing and look at these Walthers kits. Again, I do plan to build some modular structures out of them, and I'll have some videos upcoming soon of the types of structures that I'm building with these kits and how I kit batch them. And the one thing I just wanted to encourage you to do is if you do buy structures for your layout, to really think of them more as parts and not just the kit as it is. In some cases you want to build that structure, and obviously that's just the way you'll do it. But in a lot of cases, you can kind of look at these and sort of get ideas of things you could build And I'm gonna have a lot of leftover parts after this kit, or after these kits are used to build the structures on my layout, because it's a small layout, and so I can't build the full depth of the structure. And so I'm gonna have a lot of extra parts left. And so I already have ideas how I can combine them to build a large structure for another project that I wanna do down the road. And so, again, you can really do a lot of things with these types of kits that are modular in nature like this with their wall panels. And so they're really nice kits to have on hand if you're looking for something that you can kind of really customize easily, and you don't want to have to go through and cut a lot of your own pieces out of styrene and so forth, which can take a little bit longer. And so if you're kind of, in my case, I have long work days and I just don't have as much time to do that. And so for me, it was worth spending an extra $20 to get, sort of pieces pre-made that I can glue together in whatever configuration I want. And it makes things a little bit faster, which for me is more valuable in a lot of cases now than the actual cost of what I pay for the kits. So anyway, that's just a quick look at these kits. And again, I'll have some videos upcoming soon of how I actually build these kits into some different structures that are unique from what you see here on the box. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.